president, you have laid out all the things that the White House wants to tackle, from the country careening toward a debt limit crisis to, the southern border preparing for up to 12,000 illegal crossings a day, potentially, after Title 42 ends this week. You opened the briefing talking about the crisis of gun violence. Why is the president talking about meal vouchers for canceled flights and holding a movie night at the White House with all those things going on?
Because he's president, and there are multiple things that the president does, and he can talk about the potential manufacturing crisis that House Republicans have put forth, and that could happen if they don't get back to regular order. He can talk about how he's delivering for families. I think the airlines announcement that the president made is incredibly important to American families across the country. I hope you think so as well. I mean, when you think about what American families have to pay out of pocket because things that are not their fault, this is important. You ask me many times what the president is doing to lower cost for the American people. We just heard from the president. So that is one way that he is using and making sure that the administration works for American families. He should talk about that. He should talk about those things. He should be able to do multiple things as a president, and that's what you're seeing from him today.
We talked about, Memorial Day flights, but that's 3 weeks away from now. He said, preparing, looking ahead to Memorial Day weekend. So it causes the question of, is the president really focused on today's biggest issues when everyone in here is asking about Title 42, the debt ceiling, mass shooting over the weekend, and we didn't hear the president talk about any of those things.
Regular American families, everyday families, are thinking about Memorial Day weekend. They are. They are thinking about how are they going to travel with their family, with their kids. They care about what the president said today. So that does matter.
Great question by Jackie as to why President Biden is holding movie nights and pushing policies that are not top of mind for the American people and policies that actually aren't going to help the American people in any way. Canceling flights and making up for that cost is actually going to increase inflation, the economic crisis. But can somebody please ask, why is Joe Biden calling lids in his White House at 1 p.m., 9 a.m., 3 p.m.? Why doesn't this president do anything after 5 o'clock in the afternoon? Why has he spent so many days in Delaware at his vacation home? That is what I would like to hear KJP talk about, because Trump was the hardest working president we've ever had. I worked in that White House. I was 23 years old when I had that job. It was hard for me as a young, healthy 23-year-old to keep up with President Trump's schedule. He was in the Oval Office every morning. He was there very late every single night, taking meetings after meetings, hosting rallies, press conferences near daily. We got Sleepy Joe, and they are going to try and run this basement strategy to keep him in there for another 4 years. And the reporters better asking some damn hard questions about whether or not he is fit to serve, because the people, we believe what we see with our eyes, not what KJP and the Washington elite say.